Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. A huge weekend of recruiting is in the books for Tennessee. Last weekend of official visits. Going to go into a dead period, but we've got a lot of decisions coming up soon. I think it's going to be a good week or two for the VAWLS coming up. Tennessee had 15 official visitors on campus. I think they created some good momentum with Mike Matthews, also Amari Jefferson. I'm really starting to bet my money that Mike Matthews is in the boat before the end of the week. Now, I could be completely wrong. That's just how I feel early coming out of the weekend. Also, five-star edge rusher Jordan Ross was in town. Man, he's a tough read. I was watching the VolQuest interview with him coming out of the weekend. Talked about Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee, all three being right up there at the top. This thing could go a while. He mentioned possibly a silent commit sometime within the next month or so, and then he could go all the way to December or all the way up to February on signing day. So we will continue to track Jordan Ross. Just a tough nut to crack looking at that one. Also, four-star offensive tackle Bennett Warren was in town for the first time. He was all smiles, and look, I know it's tough. It's tough to gauge where some of these kids are at coming off an official visit. But if Bennett Warren's not a Vol, I don't know what to tell you. It seemed like he loved his time on Rocky Top. I made a video on him towards the end of last week. I know he was a heavy Michigan lean for quite some time. They've taken a lot of offensive linemen in this class. Did Bennett Warren get left out? And that's going to benefit Tennessee. We'll continue to track it. But again, coming off of his visit, what he had to say in the interview with VolQuest looked like that guy loves himself some Rocky Top. Look, sounds like a great weekend, man. Everybody talking about spending time out on the lake, having fun, bonding, how Josh Heupel is different. It's not all business. This football team knows how to be a family. They know how to have fun. They know how to separate business from pleasure. But look, it's going to get down to business real soon. But a good weekend of visits. One guy I want to jump into and talk about, that is four-star running back Braylon Russell. Not going to play the music here, but you can see this out there on Twitter. Seemed to be enjoying his official visit weekend. His mama out there on the dance floor having some fun. It looked like a nightclub at Neyland Stadium. Just Josh Heupel knows how to do it, and he does it right. But something I want to get into, I want to talk about thunder and lightning. That is Peyton Lewis, four-star running back, already committed to Tennessee. He was in town officially, and he is doing some peer recruiting on guys like Braylon Russell, but also the big offensive tackle Bennett Warren. We're going to break it down and talk about it, but as always, you guys know what to do. Smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you. We talk with you here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. We are building a community of Tennessee fans. I think that separates us from everybody else on YouTube. You guys have a voice right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. If you enjoy it, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live on Monday night, tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to unpack everything that went down on this weekend of recruiting. Also, shout out to the members of the channel. Those numbers are starting to climb back up to where they were when football season ended and they started to drop off. So if you want to be a part of that, hit the join button down below for as little as $1 a month. You can support this channel. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about Braylon Russell. You can see the bio there on the screen. 6'1", 225. He is SEC ready when it comes to his size. If you go to the 247 Sports profile, actually has him at 230 pounds. So again, you get the thunder and lightning comment. That's what Jerry Mack calls Peyton Lewis, and Braylon Russell tells them they can come to Tennessee, have the opportunity to be something special. Thunder and lightning. Peyton Lewis with that blazing track speed. Steve Wiltfong said he was the fastest player in the class of 24. Don't at me, bro. I'm going by what Steve Wiltfong said. Braylon Russell out of Benton, Arkansas. That's the thing about it. He was at one point committed to Arkansas for almost a full year. He was committed for 11 months, decommitted in October, dropped the top 5. That included the Razorbacks, Tennessee, South Carolina, Texas A&M, and Baylor. But coming off of the visit this weekend, Braylon Russell said Tennessee is definitely top 3. Now let's take a look at Chad Simmons, what he had to say at the end of May going into official visit season. He said, here's the buzz. Official visits are starting to take shape for Braylon Russell. The Arkansas native will visit South Carolina the first week in June. Also has official visits to Baylor on the 9th. He will close out June with a visit to Tennessee. Also took a visit to Arkansas on June the 16th. Says here from Chad Simmons, the former Arkansas commit is still considering the Razorbacks, and he is a top target for Sam Pittman, but I continue to hear the most about the Vols. Texas A&M is hanging around as well, but this looks to be shaping up, easy for me to say, as a battle between Arkansas and Tennessee. His commitment date is July the 14th, so it looks like Tennessee is in a position to be the last to see Russell before he makes his decision. That decision, again, July the 14th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be covering that live right here on the Talkin' VAWLS Network, so make sure you guys come hang out. Those live commitments are a lot of fun. Maybe we'll get Coach Jay on here to break down a couple of plays. We'll talk about his recruitment, where he's at leading into live streaming his commitment if he has it out there for us to take a look at. What I like about Braylon Russell being in town with Peyton Lewis is, again, that peer recruiting. Peyton Lewis in town at the same time, coming off of his visit. We talked about the same things. He sat down with the coaching staff. They showed him how they could utilize him in this offense. He talked about Neyland Stadium. He talked about how every time he's in town, he sees something different, but he talked about the environment. He talked about every single time it's something else that blows his mind. Again, peer recruiting. He was working on Bennett Warren, said, I'm working on the big 6'7" fella. And that is the four-star offensive tackle, Bennett Warren. Obviously talked about Braylon Russell. He said the two of them spent a lot of time with Jalen Wright, also hung out with Dylan Sampson. We talked about recruiting the running back position. I feel like the running backs and the offensive line are something we as fans have criticized for the last year or two. Why can't we land the big-time targets? But now, coming out of June and we're going to head into July, I think Tennessee has set themselves up pretty nicely in recruiting on the offensive line. We'll see how they close. Now we look at the running back room. Absolutely loaded with talent going into 2023. I think Jalen Wright is going to have a big-time year. Dylan Sampson just waiting to break out, coming off of his freshman year, going into the sophomore season. We've got some good young freshmen, Cam Seldon. I think this running back room is set up. Now, we talk about Peyton Lewis. We talk about Braylon Russell. What did he sell him on? He said the experience he'll have at Tennessee is unlike any other in the country. He went on to tell Braylon Russell that Tennessee's stock is rising and it's not going to be falling off anytime soon. Talked about the momentum on offense, the number one scoring offense in the country. Coach Mack calls Peyton Lewis and Braylon Russell thunder and lightning. Peyton Lewis said, if Braylon Russell jumps in the boat, then our backfield is set for 2024. I like where Tennessee is at on the four-star running back. Again, Peyton Lewis got the speed. Braylon Russell got the size, but he's also got some speed and athleticism as well. Ran an 11.4700 as a sophomore in April of 2022. His sophomore season on the football field averaged 102.5 yards per scrimmage per game. As a sophomore, 2022 ran for over 1,600 yards and 26 touchdowns on 6.8 yards per carry. As a junior, also caught 22 passes for 224 yards and a touchdown, averaged 155.6 yards per scrimmage for a Benton team that went 9-3 and reached the Arkansas 6A state semifinals. So Braylon Russell's not just size. He's got size. He's got speed. Like I said, he's got the SEC frame. And when I continue to look at recruiting, I think this coaching staff has set themselves up nicely. Peyton Lewis already in the boat. You get Braylon Russell in the boat. I think the running back room is looking really, really good going into the 2024 season when these kids come on campus as freshmen. Peyton Lewis also talked about this coaching staff wants him to be an early enrollee, says he has the opportunity to make an impact as a freshman. You guys know what to do. Jump into the comment sections. I know you guys are watching all the interviews or you're coming here to see me unpack everything. How do you feel coming out of the weekend? We're going to continue to update you guys throughout the week. Got a fun live stream coming up Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Matt Ray of VolQuest.com is going to be in the house to unpack everything from this weekend of recruiting. There's going to be so much to get into with Matt Ray on Wednesday night, so I hope you guys will come check that out. As always, make sure you smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. I do appreciate that. And also, you can go check out the merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. I appreciate you guys picking up merch. I want you to tag me. Tag me on Twitter at Boogie Bentley if you're repping Talkin' VAWLS merch. I love to see it. Also, again, shout out to the members of the channel. Those numbers are starting to go back up, so I appreciate that support. You want to jump in there, hit the join button down below. It's only $1 a month. You get access to custom Talkin' VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. Look, we are 10 weeks away from football season being here. August is going to be a fun month. We are going to ramp up the coverage, more live streams, talking about fall camp as we go into the regular season of play. Cannot wait. The fan call-in shows are going to be ramped back up. All kinds of fun live streams, morning streams, evening streams. So make sure you guys get in where you fit in. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.